knocked off work early, jumped in the old sex trail and headed over to Warrnambool to pick up the old man's engines. Another big thanks to Mick Malone for doing that. Awesome job, very happy with what he's done, and yeah, definitely did muck around, got it done pretty quick. Done an awesome job and pretty happy with what we've got. So anyway, we've got now a table full of bits. Another reason why I need a bench is because one engine and I've got no bench space. Starting off, we've got pistons and rods. So we've got brand new pistons, 20 thou over, on a standard rod. They've all been balanced, new bolts, and yeah, they are nice and true, ready to go. So yeah, we've got all those, so they should be pretty nicely in there. I think it's just a run-of-the-mill precision piston. I think that's who makes them. So yeah, just your run-of-the-mill, well, better than stock piston anyway. Also, we've got the crank. So the crank's been done. It's been machined, balanced. He's also fluted the crank, which helps with oil to get around in the bearings for the mains and rods. So yeah, that crank should be definitely good to go. It is a 4MAB crank, but I don't know if the hype's all just a load of shit or it's means something. But anyway, it's better than the crank that come out of the engine, and definitely now it's a shit ton better. So yeah, so pretty much bottom end is balanced, so it should be a nice smooth running engine. Tolerances are all bang on, right where they need to be. He's done an awesome job there. Yeah, moving on the heads. So yeah, he's done a lot of work on the heads, and these are closed chamber 2Vs, but he's actually fitted them with 4V valves. So yeah, using the most of these things, which is good, and they feel pretty decent, so nice and easy to move in and out. Yeah, done an awesome job on the valve seats and all that sort of stuff. The only thing that needs to be done now is I'm going to have to very carefully roll these edges back. A lot of time people will actually roll these edges back just to try and help with the flow around the cylinder. I'm going to have to try and roll these edges back without damaging anything really. And yeah, try and make these sort of work a bit better. Any aftermarket Cleveland head usually already has that done. They actually roll the chamber walls back a bit. Has milled out here to allow more air to get in around the intake valve, so he's de-shrouded around here, so that's awesome thing. So yeah, these heads should be fucking awesome thing. They have actually had port work done. I didn't think they did, but it works out. Yeah, someone's actually been in here in the past and has actually had a bit of the work done. So these are a bit better heads than what I originally thought I had, but anyway, I'm probably not going to use them, so they're now going on this motor, and they should be good, put to good use anyway. We've had the cam for a million years, and that's probably how long it's taken me to even get to this point. So this is a big milestone. Getting the old man keen on shit is very difficult when it comes to cars, and spending more than $5. So yeah, all the he organised the springs because I didn't have the springs, rings, bearings, got the balancer sorted, and yeah, just a heap other little bits. So that should be pretty much most of what we need to get the majority of this thing together. And yeah, moving on, we've got the block. So the block's all been machined. Everything's been milled out to size. It's now nicely straight, so it's been line bored, honed, a whole lot. New bearings fitted, cam bearings, a whole lot. Couple little oil mods here and there. I've also done more bits for the oil return. So this thing definitely should be a pretty solid thing. But yeah, they even went through and honed the bores out. They're actually not too bad a nick, so we didn't have to do much work there. Yeah, new wash plugs. Milled the top, took a bit off the top, cleaned the head surface up, and yeah, a little bit to get the comp up as well. But yeah, for the most part, this thing is pretty decent. So we've now got ourselves a really good base for a pretty solid engine. So I'm pretty confident this will be, yeah, a good engine build, and should be good enough for the old man to enjoy, and hopefully, yeah, get a bit of use out of that car. So all I got to do now is, well, for one, get some fucking lighting sorted, because this shit house. Keen to get into this engine build, get this thing put together, and then it's a matter of the hard part, getting to the actual car itself and getting the old man keen to actually get the car out of the corner and to the point where we can actually start working on it. So unfortunately, due to what's dropping on the roof at the moment, drape challenge was canned for the Portland leg anyway. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Hats off to the track crew and everything that busted their ass and got the track ready. But hopefully this weather pisses off this week and we start getting some decent stuff from now on. And the test and tune will be hopefully November. So is the test and tune. So yeah, I'll go out for a look. Obviously I don't have anything running. I've got too many fucking dead horses. So cleaned all the block out, washed it all down, went through everything. Also spun it over a few times, fed the air through it. Actually did that first to get all the little rust flakes and shit out of the water passages. Just because when when these get cleaned at the machine shop, it does loosen all that stuff up. Probably will pay to maybe put a little bit of flywire mesh in the actual radiator hose, so it'll actually collect as a cone and stop the shit from entering the radiator, potentially blocking things up, and yeah, making life hard. I got the crank in, mains torqued up, the rear main seal sorted out, slid the camshaft in, and yeah, it's coming together pretty good. It turns over fairly nice. It is a little bit sort of tighter to turn. It's not really tight, it's more tacky, and the reason it's tacky is this stuff I use is tacky as all fuck. But it's what I prefer because some people like the watery stuff. I like the really sticky stuff. It makes me feel a little bit better that it's tacky enough to sort of stay in place. The watery stuff just seems to run out and end up all over everything. So at least with this, I feel a little bit better about it. And I've been using this green stuff forever. So yeah, it's just the Federal Mogul stuff, if that's how you say it. But yeah, been using it for ages and it's worked out pretty well. And then yeah, on the camshaft, just use a bit of comp cams, lifter installation, lube. It's kind of sort of the same stuff, fairly tacky, liquidy sort of stuff. Doesn't really run everywhere, it's sort of fairly sticky. So we got rods and pistons. So yeah, cheers again to Mick. He got all new pistons. So these are 20 thou up, just run of the mill. I can't exactly hyperactive, whatever you want to call it, fucking pistons. So yeah, new pistons, standard rod. They're all balanced. Big ends are all sized up. New rod bolts. Everything's all pretty much Mickey Mouse. So yeah, it should be a nice, solid piston and rod combo for this deal anyway. It's not going to be doing all the RPM and getting its ass handed to it like this thing was. So this should handle just nicely, and yeah, I'm definitely happy to see new rod bolts in this thing. So yeah, they're all looking really good. It's done an awesome job there, and also he's yeah, done an awesome job gapping all the rings and setting them all up for me to assemble now. So yeah, definitely happy with that. And yeah, good Hastings brand. They've been around for, there you go, 100 years. So yeah, definitely can't fault them. Also, clevite bearings again. It's usually what I run. I try and go for clevite pretty much every time. Take your pick, but yeah, that's what I've always lent towards. So that is all the rings fitted to the pistons. Biggest thing to make sure with these rings is, if I can find it again, so in this spacer down here, you can see that joint in the middle where it's narrow. Make sure they point upwards, and also if it's going to let me see it. I've just got to try and make it visible. You can see top on that ring there, so that's on the second. The top one has nothing written on it because it can go either way. The biggest thing is to check and double check that. Last thing you want is a ring in the wrong direction, and yeah, it can cause you issues. Sometimes different manufacturers require different things, different types of rings require different fitting methods and all that sort of stuff, so it does pay to read and just go over it. If you've fitted a million times, fair enough, but if you're sort of here, there and everywhere like I am, between engines and bodywork and wiring and fucking what knows what, yeah, it does pay to just touch up on the instructions, a little bit more knowledge, and yeah, just gives me a little bit more confidence anyway. So new timing chain, so I went for the Rollmaster. Rollmasters, I really can't fault them. I've had them in pretty much all of my engines, and the only one I've ever broke is the one in that motor. Doesn't help when you stick a rod bolt between the camshaft and the block, but other than that, pretty good. So I ended up going for the little bit better version, so the Gold series. This has, well, here's the part number anyway. Part number just there. So yeah, it's got the Torrington bearing or whatever it's called, and also both sprockets nitrided, which helps with the quality of those. And yeah, the biggest thing is countersunk screws must be fitted. So another thing turned up, I'm pretty happy with this purchase. So new sump. So yeah, this is a baffled, crank scrapers, the whole deal. So this is a 6.5 litre sump. I think the original one's about 5 litre for a Cleveland. Yeah, all welded up, pretty decent looking. All that for $200. So definitely can't really go wrong with that. And this sump will be pretty much perfect for the old man's engine. Obviously he's not going to be throwing it around like a dickhead like I do with my stuff, but yeah, baffles and everything look pretty good. The only thing I'd probably do, and I probably will do it, is probably stitch a little bit of weld on these bits here, just because the spot welds, yeah, they probably work, but they can fatigue and then break away, and I don't want any of this stuff coming apart with the crankshaft spinning right near it at 6,000 RPM. So yeah, so I'll probably do that. Also, the front of this isn't exactly held in, so that's probably the only thing that's let the sump down, but fuck, for $200 I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, biggest thing will be is hopefully this top surface and this end surface here and here is correct and all good. And yeah, this sump will be a good thing. Plan is now, get the rings clocked on the pistons in their right spot, and then start installing them in the motor. Just going to go over the bores again quickly, make sure they're nice and clean, and then oil everything up, and then yeah, install them. So hopefully we'll have the rotating assembly pretty much complete by later on tonight anyway. So yeah, let's get into it.
This Iraqi sold his soul. Will he dipped his balls in rock and roll? Will he dove head first into the deep? Live for the moment wild and free. Carry on, dance too close to the fire, not the phone. Radio silence so calm, 'cause nobody's home. When you live life for the lost, sometimes you get cuts to the bone. Sometimes you get keys to the throne.
pistons in this thing. Everything's come up pretty nicely, so yeah, just got to wipe a bit of this excess stuff off. But yeah, it didn't go too badly. I'm not a professional engine builder, so there's probably things I didn't do right, whatnot, but it's the way I've done it before and it's worked, so that's the way I keep doing it. But yeah, pretty confident with what we've got here. We've got a good crank. Rods and pistons are all good. ARP bolts on the rods, which makes me feel a lot better. Main cap bolts are all good. Rear main went in not too badly, so yeah, that's pretty much rotate and assembly done. The pistons are pretty nice in there, so yeah, it's just a matter of now so sorting out all the other bits, trying to get this cam degreed and everything all buttoned up there, so when the timing cover turns up, it can go straight on and I can seal this motor up a bit more. So getting on with it. So yeah, the cam plate bolts, they all figured out. The countersunk ones, everything's working all good there. Bottom sprocket's on, top sprocket's on. Problem is, there's no cam bolt. So yeah, this is the problem with bits and pieces missing. So whoever took the camshaft out of this motor disappeared pretty much everything to bolt the cam in and the timing chain to the cam. So hopefully a mate can come through. He's got a shit ton of Clevelands and stuff, so hopefully he can get me those bits, because I need the bolt and probably the fuel pump eccentric. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do yet with the fuel pump. We'll either use the eccentric as just a spacer and run a electric pump, or we're actually going to use it and run a high volume mechanical pump. So it depends on probably what the old man wants. This thing probably won't use a shitload of fuel just because it's not an over-the-top engine. It's not some race-bred fucking powerhouse, but yeah, I want something that's still going to be capable of doing something decent. Timing chain on, degree wheel on, the pointed things at dot to dot, top dead center. So yeah, I can sort of start making moves from here. I could probably still do it. I just have to be very careful that the top sprocket doesn't come off or anything. Slowly making moves when we can. But yeah, still needing a few more parts. Parts are on the way. So yeah, I've got the timing cover, it's on the way. A couple of gaskets, a few other things. Still trying to sort out a pickup. Works out the mob that makes the sump. They do a pickup, but the company that I bought the sump from doesn't have any pickups in stock, and they have no idea when they're going to get them. So might do a quick search, see if they've got them online, someone else, and if that's the case, buy it. If not, try and find something similar, the same. But if not, yeah, I'm gonna have to build one. So anyway, we're yeah, just ticking along on this thing. There's no real rush. This car probably won't be going for a fair while still, unfortunately. But hopefully now there's an engine built, or will be built, that might hurry up the process.